One of the most commonly used technology solutions across industries. I mean, the one name that comes to mind is always an ERP, but beyond an ERP, something that is more specialized, something that gets significant traction these days is the CRM, right? Customer relationship management, as we call it. Now, it's a bit of a, let's say, concept. We actually had CRM come and play maybe 10, 20 years back in various shapes and avatars. But today, if you actually ask, what does a CRM mean to people? Just as people define an elephant from the direction they look at it, the CRM gets to be seen from five or six different perspectives, right? The most important one being how do you capture and process customer information and manage the relationship, which eventually means lead management and opportunity management. The evolved state of it, obviously, today is about marketing automation and campaign management. But that's actually on the sales front, right? But if you also look at it from a servicing front, beyond obviously the onboarding and the origination, a lot of service request management and customer experience and customer service management is driven through CRMs. And needless to say, as it would be the case with any system, analytics and reporting becomes a very critical part, in the way you look at a CRM, right? Which is critical from a relationship management and also from a customer service standpoint. From how management teams and executive management would actually want to view the performance of an enterprise. So today I wanted to spend some more time to actually, speak about CRM from a banking context, which obviously is pretty much the same as it would be in any industry. But if you go through the life cycle, right from onboarding a customer to cross selling and retention marketing to engagement through a sales cycle to service optimization and managing the loyalty, the life cycle is actually across the customer's life cycle. A CRM plays a very critical role, right? And you today see a lot of trends that actually have evolved. You see trends to do with how predictive intelligence is integrated, again using artificial intelligence. No conversation is complete without talking about how AI has enabled effectiveness in what you do. Hyper personalization of the journey, which makes the whole customer a specific individual, not a KIF number, as they call it. Making sure that the experience across channels is actually consistent service that actually makes also the customer's experience somewhat seamless. Making sure that the decisions being made are driven by data, right? I mean, this is where CRM plays a very critical role. Beyond obviously helping in automation, efficiency, and having what one would call as features to do with security and compliance, right? But those are key trends that actually applies in a CRM. But what I wanted to talk today, was when a bank goes through a CRM implementation, or when a bank goes through a selection of a CRM, and it goes through a life cycle of implementation. What does it actually face as issues or challenges? But rather, more importantly, how does the critical success factors actually span out in a CRM rollout, right? And what makes it a successful CRM vis-a-vis, what would not be? And in that context, I think there are about five or six key success factors in our view. Right? The most important is strategic alignment. Why are you having a CRM? What core objectives are you seeking to have the CRM adopt? I mean, if it is everything for everybody, then it ends up being nothing for anybody, right? I mean, you have to make it very specific as everything for somebody or something for everybody. You got to actually make a decision on what objectives are being addressed through the CRM. Making sure that the whole data element is actually connected, robust. The whole platform in which it sits on, in most situations, a core banking platform provides for its own set of capabilities, and how do you complement it with the CRM becomes a critical aspect. Managing change, because end of the day, effectiveness of a CRM is about effectiveness of the process that sits around managing the the flow, the workflow that actually sits behind the CRM, and it comes with a lot of cultural shifts, and that's critical. Making sure that you're able to leverage the feedback from the customer, the insights you pick from a CRM have to be leveraged. And if you aren't doing it, then the primary objective is being defeated. And the other critical success factor in today's context, increasingly as we move into cloud, is about data security, compliance, and making sure that you're able to deal with what one would call as performance optimization, right? So those are critical success factors, and in driving it, we say the best practices is about making sure that you have the right plan, making sure that you have the right design. So you aren't customizing everything. You are rather pick what the best fit CRM for you is. Your ability to have an effective data management with the appropriate handoffs and the appropriate data flow that sits within the cycle. Having the right amount of training and user engagement, which is critical for change. Making sure that you are optimized for performance, so you aren't actually having a process that is slow and that is creating an issue, and obviously making sure that it's fully compliant with the governance requirements and security requirements, right? So if you have this in place, then you will obviously be able to align with the CRM goals of the outcome, make sure that you're able to have the sponsorship across the right verticals, engage the right stakeholders, protect the data quality, be able to have the right design for your requirements, make sure that you're able to roll it out in a modular fashion, make sure that the learning is also aligned with the deployment, and obviously make sure that the reporting analytics is at an enterprise level, which is institutionalized, right? So that's in essence what goes into a best-in-class CRM implementation. It's end of the day, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. So if your customer service and customer experience and your net promoter score is actually moving up, then it means you've done a good job of using your CRM, leave alone just implementing